friends. We are Sarájanée and Annacrizelda, and this is Everything and No Less, the podcast where your favorite long-distance best friends talk about everything, from women's sports to Marvel movies to things we love, things we hate, and everything in between. Welcome! This week, we are talking about the benefits of writing by hand. Then we ask each other, what's the whitest thing about you? And get some answers that we would rather not have learned. Then we talk about some daydreams we've been having before launching into the 3 levels of friendship. We end it all with our favorite recurring segment, Is It a Hate Crime? Thanks for listening.
Hello, hello. Anna, I have a surprise for you.
Oh no.
Oh no. I'm going to do our first taste testing, first ginger ale flavor. Can you see this? Aiden bought some for us to try. He's been a big fan. It's pink. I don't know how I feel about that, but
It's the
cheers.
cherry version?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's not standing up to the original, in my opinion.
Okay.
If you have been to black churches in the South, then you'll understand when I say it tastes like church punch, like when they mix like fruit punch and Sprite.
Like soda, yeah.
Yeah. Don't love it.
Okay.
Don't hate it, but I just would never turn to it. I just want my original, the regular.
It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I find that like cherry flavored things have a very artificial tinge to them.
Yes.
Like I love cherries generally, like as a fruit. Like I eat so many cherries.
I love cherry season.
So many cherries. Like yeah, it's high cherry season right now. So good. I probably put down like 2 pounds every other week. I don't know if that's an unreasonable amount of cherries, but that's how much I'm eating.
I'm with that, but we'll have to keep taste testing other flavors.
Mm-hmm.
Unsolicited feedback to Canada Dry. The cherry is fine. Maybe it saves some church folks some like steps. They can just pour that into the big punch bowl. Hopefully people aren't using punch bowls anymore. Lessons from COVID. Not cute, but when everything and no less, we're sticking to the original so far.
Yes. We love the original. Are you familiar with, I don't know if this is like, I think it's a Southern thing, cheer wine? You know what cheer wine is?
North Carolina, yeah.
Oh my gosh. My brother loves cheer wine.
I'm also not a fan.
It's like, it's saccharin. It's so sweet that it's like sickly.
Yes, it's like it leaves a film or residue the few times I've had it. Like, I don't want more than a sip. Sorry, my North Carolina fam. They're gonna be like, "What? You cannot talk about cheer wine like that." But
it's really, yeah. I don't know.
Everything isn't for everybody.
Everything is not for everybody. It's not.
How are you this week? What you have got? How have you been doing?
Been good. I've been good. It's really hot in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Very hot here. But something I've been thinking about, I was texting you the other day that I recently finished one of my journals, filled it all up, of course had the next one ready to go. I always feel like I buy the next journal so much earlier than I actually need it. I I'll get in this group, I'm like, oh my God. In the next 2 weeks, I'm definitely gonna need this. It took me 8 more months, and that's fine. I was in a groove and then I was not in the groove anymore. But I'm back in the groove. And I was thinking about how so when we went to college, everything, we've talked about this before on the pod, but everything was like handwriting. Like people hand wrote notes, like people had laptops, but it wasn't like the primary mode. I'm in disbelief that you're putting on a jacket right now. I'm so sorry.
It's not a jacket. It's a button down. I keep looking at it. I was supposed to put it on before we started, and I forgot.
It looks fabulous. I thought for a second it was a raincoat, and I was like, I have no idea what's about to happen.
I was doing it right there because I was like, okay, she can just edit me out and zoom in on her.
But now I'm going to leave it in because it's really funny. Okay.
I'm sorry.
So everything was handwritten. You remember there were classes, you weren't even allowed. They were no laptop classes.
Couldn't even bring it in, right?
Yeah. And you remember we would take exams in the blue book? You remember the blue book?
Oh my gosh.
You fill that sucker up with all of your brain vomit and hope that like something sticks, right? Handwritten exams. Okay. And I
No prep
remember,
time. You have
right,
to have your essay structure in your mind
in your
beforehand.
mind, everything. And I remember when I went to law school 5 years later, everything was different.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was taking notes on the computer. The exams were all on the computer. And I really, really struggled. Like, I still took notes by hand and I would type them up later and I would like outline them, which is like, if you're a person who's familiar with law school, it's a very traumatic thing having to outline your notes. But I really struggled with it, and I like didn't. I always thought I was like such a good learner, such a good student.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, why is this so much harder? And so I looked it up, and this relates to journaling because like there are studies that show that your brain, when you're writing long form, longhand, it's like more connected to other parts of your brain that are like related to internal processing and memory than
Mm-hmm.
when you're typing, like, which makes so much sense as to why like I personally felt so much better to process information when I was like handwriting, and why it's so helpful to like for me in terms of like processing my thoughts and feelings and experiences to like handwrite long form in a journal.
No, I agree with that, and I think I'm similar. And we also had similar gaps on like when we finished undergrad and started
Mhm.
grad school, law school. Everyone was taking notes on computers, like even reading notes, and that just wasn't a way that I could read with my computer because I, at the time, I still don't really, I can't do a lot of screens when reading. It gives me headaches, and so I had
Yeah.
physical copies of the books, and so I was like, I couldn't even understand how people were reading. They would have a setup, typing their notes. That was way too disruptive for me. And so similarly, I think my first semester of grad school, I tried really hard, like in class and on my doing my independent reading to do it on the computer. And I was like, this is so inefficient, and I don't remember a single thing. And so I ended up just going back to handwritten notes, and was like just so more engaged in the discussions that were happening. How I was connecting to the text was like much closer, which is probably also some form of like secondhand trauma because I was reading all about like brutal U.S. history, and reading it and writing it by hand, my notes and ideas, comments, questions by hand probably took them in even deeper. But
Mm.
it makes a lot of sense, and I think it's really interesting to think about how that will play out for like the current generation, right? Like there are a
Mhm.
lot more computers in classrooms, whether it's sets and like kids are doing computer work in and out of different subjects or having their own devices on them. And it's interesting. Obviously, there's value added there, but I think I hadn't really considered what are the impacts on handwriting, like learning to write by
Mhm.
hand, but then also maintaining and developing your ideas
Mhm.
in handwriting too. And yeah, I hope that's something that sticks around. One, just in understanding that everybody learns different, right? Just like
Mhm.
some people need and have really benefited from having computers in classes, right, in their learning. There are going to be some kids that probably need to learn and better remember things by hand. So how do we make space for everything, allow some agency and some choice as
Mhm.
kids and families figure that out, right? So
Yeah.
interesting.
It's so interesting. Like I feel the same. Like when we had to read in my life as a lawyer, when we had to read cases like literally like on the internet or like on the computer screen, I can't, like it goes in my eyes and like directly
Mm-hmm.
out of my brain. Like I just can't process it.
Same. I'm far more likely to end up spending time thinking about how I'm formatting my notes, I mean, and like what color can
Yeah.
I make them so that
Mhm.
they're, pretty, and like, oh, let me have my subjects and headers this way without even really thinking about like why I'm choosing this particular header.
Mhm.
So yeah, I totally get that for
Yeah.
sure.
I definitely think something is lost when like people when you totally get rid of like writing by hand.
Hmm. And it's probably trying to make like condition younger folks in particular to be more like programmed or ready for longer screen time. Like we've talked about that
Yeah.
before on here,
Yeah.
right? Like we're not supposed to take in this much blue light or whatever. But if you condition, well, we'll see what it does to their like
Yeah.
physical and other development as they get older. But if you're trying to condition them to be more adept and ready for 8+ hours of screen time or blue light, yeah,
It can't be
sinister.
good. It's
It
not how
can't
we
be.
were it's not how we were like built. It's not
Yeah.
how we evolved. It's not, I don't
We
know.
don't know enough, and it's okay not to know enough, but it's like we
Right.
don't have to jump. into the deep end to find out. Like, we don't actually have to react to negative outcomes to learn and pivot. We can be like, hey, let's try this. Let's examine this. Let's do some research, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I also wonder if this is connected to why I always feel like I need to buy new pens when I'm getting a new journal. Like, I know you use your same model, but I have to stop every time. I'm like, you don't actually need a new pen. I usually get like 2 or 3 different varieties that I choose from, but I have to stop. I just end up with cups of pens.
Do you have like a certain, you know how like pens have like different weights of the ink, like the 0.5, 0.7? Do you have a specific like ink weight that you're into?
It depends on the purpose. Like, I'm not well. Let me see if I can find one. I think it's elsewhere, but there's like a zebra pens, 0.2. I don't even remember the rest of the name, but I love that for like long writing a card, etc.
That's very thin.
Yeah,
that's
like
very,
that's what I
thin.
like.
Yeah,
that's kind of like a staple pen. But if it's for journaling, again, it's mood dependent. Probably a little bit heavier. Of late, I've been into the Pilot G2. I think I also like the colors there. It feels very smooth without smearing too much. But
you're a clicky pen person.
I'm a clicker.
You're a clicky pen.
I like a clicker. But no, I am a clicker. That sounds wrong. But yeah, I always want to buy new pens, and I'm thinking that's why. Because my brain is like, no, we have to write things by hand. We need more pens for our smarts, for our intelligence.
I think that it's not a bad thing to consume more than you would like literally need. I think that like we should keep the pen industry alive.
Doing what I can, my small part.
There's this weird account that I follow, and it like talks about, so the Japanese are very into stationery, and they give awards to stationary things every year, and I'm very tuned into the like pens that they award, and there's this Uniball pen that has won like awards year after year, and it's like, I'll send it to you. I feel like you'd like it because it's a clicky one, and it's like the shaft is like a little bit thicker, and it's like very comfortable to write with. I'm not a clicky pen person. I have to have a top. I don't know why. I don't chew on it. I really hate when people do that. You know when people do that? I hate that. That upsets me so bad. But like, I have to have a top. I don't know why. But I'll send it to you. I feel like you would enjoy it.
Tops have benefits. You know, you don't have to worry about things accidentally clicking in your bag and leaking or whatever you call it. So we like it. Different pens for different folks or something.
You know? This is a very niche podcast. It's occurring to me right now.
If you like it, we love it. If you don't, that's fine too.
That's fine too. Everything isn't for everybody.
Okay. Once again, what else have you seen or come across this week?
Well, so I sent this to you and it really made me laugh. Jimmy Kimmel had this segment on his show where one of his correspondents was interviewing specifically Black people on the street and asking them, what is the whitest thing about you? And it really made me laugh. And so there are several things that I like that I recognize that is like a very white girl thing about me. For example, I love the Lumineers. Are you familiar with the Lumineers? I am. Love the Lumineers. We saw them at Austin City Limits a couple of years ago. And let me tell you, it was a very white audience.
I can believe that.
But I love it. I love it.
I also thought about music. I thought about Florence and the Machine. The country music that I listen to, but it's like a specific genre because country, we all know, is complicated. Yes. But I think Casey Musgraves, she came to Chicago last fall, and I really wanted to go, but then I was like, I don't know. I feel like that's going to be white women central, and I don't think I'm going for that. I think I'm better off enjoying Casey.
From afar.
Right? Like, I would love to go to a Casey show, but I don't know that the rest of the crowd is for me. So musically, Casey Musgraves comes to mind.
Okay.
For some reason, I actually didn't think you were going to say this, but I had to like flash that you were going to say horse shampoo as like hair shampoo.
Okay, listen, I want to tell this story. I don't use horse shampoo, but I do know someone who does.
You never tried it? You never tried it?
I never tried it. So there was this woman I went to law school with, and she has the most beautiful hair. And I asked her one time, I was like, what shampoo do you use? And she was like, I use Mane and Tail. And I was like, Mane and Tail? I was like, that sounds like horse shampoo. She's like, it is. And I saw it in Target. They sell it next to in the people shampoo aisle. Not that Target has a horse shampoo aisle. Look for it. It's there.
Not the crossover.
It's there.
For you and your horse.
I screamed because I was like, no way is it here. I was like, it's here. It's like on the bottom shelf at my Target. So I might try it.
I think you should and report back. Part of me wants to pose this to like other people of color, like my Black friends and family, but I'm also afraid that my feelings will be hurt. They'll be like, oh, let me tell you, there are a number of things.
Oh, what's the whitest thing about you?
Yes, you're asking them and they're going to be like, let me tell you this. And I'm going to be like, all right. I cook bacon in the oven, and somebody alluded that might be like, you know, more white trait or not trait, activity practice maybe.
Really?
But I don't think so. I was like, no, that's just cleaner, smarter. You don't have bacon grease flying everywhere. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I take the grease and I cook the eggs in it.
Yeah, right.
It's probably not very healthy.
Not all the time, but every now and again. It's just a nice little... A little touch up. I'm trying to think. What else? I mean, we went to UVA, so that's always just going to be there.
The ultimate white girl trait.
Exactly.
We were among them. We lived among them.
Yeah. And probably adapted in some ways. When in Rome, right? So.
When in Rome.
I'll be curious. I'll report back. I think I am going to ask and see what people say.
It's very brave of you to ask. I don't think I'm going to ask people.
I got to think about who I'm going to ask. I'm not going to ask my brother. I think he'll be too ready. Like, I've been waiting to tell you.
He's going to pull out like a list.
I don't need it. But yeah, I'll report back what I learned. Part 2 coming soon.
Part 2. If you are not a white girl, let us know what the whitest thing about you is.
Let's crowdsource. See what the people come up with.
What do the people say? Is liking mustard a white thing, or is that like... Is mustard like a white thing? No.
I think of mayonnaise. Yeah, I think of mayonnaise.
I do love mayonnaise.
That might be the whitest thing about you.
I love mayonnaise.
Yeah, I think it's both a white thing and perhaps, well, I don't even know if I can say that. Like being in Chicago and then when I lived in Ohio, like generally more people ate mayonnaise than I was used to in the South, but... Yeah, no, I'm a big mustard. I love all types of mustard. Deli mustard, spicy mustard, brown mustard, Dijon. Give me all the mustards.
You like ballpark mustard?
It has a purpose, like specifically on a hot dog if the others aren't available, but like I'm fine with it. It's just not my top 3. It's not my top 3 mustards.
What about coleslaw? Is liking coleslaw like a white girl
thing?
Yes. I love coleslaw. I love
coleslaw. No, thank you. Immediately no. Coleslaw is very white. Coleslaw, pimento cheese.
I don't like pimento cheese. I can't do pimento cheese.
There was a moment maybe almost probably 5-10 years ago now when like pimento cheese was going across the nation and being exported as like the national Southern cheese or whatever. And I was like, no, that is very specific. Pimento cheese is like white Southern people cheese. Ain't nobody else. No.
They love pimento cheese in New Orleans. Pimento cheese everything.
No, thank you. But okay, so we've learned Anna likes mayonnaise, coleslaw. What are your other confessions? Tell us now.
I love the Lumineers. Oh my God. I love emo bands. I love that. I know that's very white of me, but I love it.
They have a place. They have a place in the time. For sure. I have been on and off the internet sporadically this week, but something about the summer always makes me get like lean more into daydream modes. Maybe it's because I'm taking more walks throughout the day and just coming across different things, but I've had a number of daydreams this week that I'd like to share with you.
Please.
One is that I would work in like a floral shop, at a florist. Don't want to run it. That is not the vision, but just like come in every day and like cut and trim and arrange flowers. Do you think that would be good for me? Can you see that?
I can see that. I can see that. You know, I actually feel like growing up and like in our like college life and early adulthood, there's too much emphasis on like leadership and like building your own business and stuff. And like I love that for you if that's what you want. But there's not enough like emphasis on like what would bring you joy, you
Actually living a
know?
life, right? Like a life that is not
Yeah.
consumed with building or maintaining, running,
Yeah.
being the chief responsible person.
Right.
Like,
You can be participatory in things
yes,
that bring you joy and like that's fine.
yes,
It's good.
yes. And it's not necessarily exploitative, right? Because
Yeah.
obviously that's a fact. I think that's a part of it too. Like, people have been trying to recover or operate within capitalism and own your labor. So, like, let me own the business, but that's just not quite how it works. But it's like, yeah, you can just participate. You can tap in. You can tap out.
Right.
You can change your mind. All of that.
All of those things. I love that. I think that would be very good for you and I feel like you have a very good eye.
I think it'd be so fun.
It would be lovely and then I would come to your floral shop and I would take pictures of myself with all the plants
Beautiful.
and I would eat my coleslaw.
Yeah. That's for that's forbidden. Do not bring that coleslaw around me. Don't you dare.
It's so good. It's just cabbage and mayonnaise. Like it's delicious.
That doesn't sound awful. If you breaking it down is worse. Just cabbage and mayonnaise. What are you talking about right now? They are not meant to go together. Neither the cabbage nor the mayonnaise wants that, okay?
They do. It's so good. It's so tangy. All right, I'm gonna stop.
There's a seafood restaurant in Durham that does like a vinaigrette based coleslaw that I can like have in small doses. I'm like, okay, this is cute, but the mayonnaise is still no,
Now you gotta have a mayonnaise.
absolutely not. What is even mayonnaise? Like eggs? What is
Yeah.
mayonnaise?
Oh, eggs and oil.
No,
You
no,
let's get together, you know.
sounds dangerous.
Maybe. What else have you been daydreaming about?
Okay, maybe because I was hungry a couple of
Hmm.
times on my like walks, maybe I was thinking about like kitchen cooking shows. I think everybody does this a little bit, right? When you're
Yeah,
at home
yeah.
cooking, you're imagining yourself, you're like, what would it be like on Food Network? Somehow I always end up with a British accent. I'm not quite sure why, but I was thinking about like what my taglines would be. And I came up with clean as you go. Always remember, clean as you go. And always add a biscuit, like no matter what you're
Love that.
making, always add a biscuit. Have you ever thought about what your kitchen tagline would be? Thinking about the greats, Ina Garden, Bobby Flay, they all have them. What would yours be?
Okay. I actually have given this like a lot of thought and I do a lot of like thinking and planning about like making sure we have enough protein in
Mm-hmm.
our meals. And also, I am a big fan of umami. And so
Mm-hmm.
I was going to call my cooking show Umami Muscle Mommy. Is what I was going to call it.
Okay, I'm into it. I think you would have to bring back Emerald Lagasse's like bam, right? Like if you're the muscle mommy, you'd be like bam. We hit our protein goal. Bam.
You know, for someone who survived a whole year of their life eating bread ends and dressing, the fact that I now do this kind of cooking is shocking to me.
Growth, evolution.
Evolution.
We love it. We love it. You got to
Evolution.
enter the like insecure. Which character was it? In the second to last season, they were like, you know what that is? Growth. You got
Oh
to
my
like put
god.
that in right here.
You know what that is? It's growth.
For sure. What else have I been daydreaming about this week? This might exist, but I don't think they're doing a good job of it. I feel like there needs to be like interiors consultings, like not interior decorating, but just
Mm-hmm.
someone that goes around apartment buildings and like resets. These are the norms, these are the minimums. Like, this is what is, necessary for apartment living, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's not bells and whistles, sometimes it is, but sometimes it's like, we need a higher fridge. Put the fridge up on something,
Mm.
you know. I don't know. I can't remember my full thought with that, but I just had a thought of like there needs to be someone like level setting across the board, resetting some norms for apartments for like people that actually live in them, not just someone who's gonna like own it
Mm-hmm.
and try to rent it. But it's like, wait, let's bring in the voice of the people who have actually, who are actually living in apartments in the moment. How can we draw from their experiences? I could offer some feedback.
It makes so much sense. I feel like all of the stuff I see on social media about people who are like renting apartments and they're like renter friendly upgrade. It's like a very not renter friendly upgrade. Do you know what I'm saying? They're like, I'm putting peel and stick wallpaper. I'm like, for me, like, yes, it will peel off. But for me, like a renter friendly upgrade is something that requires like not that much labor.
Not that much labor, very universal. Like, keep it simple. You can do less. You can do less.
You can do less.
You know, like, because like I feel like the floors sometimes, like in our new kitchen, they're fine, but they were put in for whoever was building. Like, oh, these are durable floors, like for the property manager, right? Like you won't have to turn them over a lot in between tenants, right? Like you can tell they will stand up to a lot. But I'm like, but actually they require a lot of maintenance and cleaning like daily.
Yeah.
Based on what they will show. You know what I mean? And like how, like even just a water spot, like if you have a water dripper, right? I mean, on your hands, that's going to show as like a splash. I'm like, nobody wants to see that. It's not dirty per se, but maybe I'm projecting. I don't want to see that. And so now I got to feel like I got to clean the whole floor because there's a water spot. I am who I am. But I'm like, yeah, like we need a reshift. I could do that. I could probably do that.
I think you could definitely do that.
But the fee is high. The rate is high.
You know, we looked at getting an interior design like consultation with this company here in Austin, and just the consultation was going to cost us $250 for an hour just to sit down with them. And I was like,
just for a chat.
Yeah, I was like, I feel that I should charge that much for something.
We're adding a paywall to the podcast, okay?
Oh yeah,
just to chat with
$250. Jokes on us. It's coming out of our households.
Exactly.
Watch Eric Venmo me.
Right.
It's like, why would you put this behind a paywall?
Right.
Oh my God. A daydream that I've been having is I want to open a coffee shop / breakfast place that is actually open, number one, at breakfast time.
At breakfast time. At least 7 a.m. You are not a breakfast shop if you open at 8 or later. 8 is a minimum, but it's too late to be a breakfast spot.
It's too late.
Okay.
And I want to honor breakfast for the important meal that it is. This is not brunch. This is not just pastries, even though we can have pastries. This is a breakfast shop.
Again, needing the protein. Yes. All of the above. Okay.
Yes.
If you are a coffee shop but you say you serve breakfast but you only serve pastries, you are not a breakfast shop. You are a coffee shop with treats.
1,000%. That's your coffee shop with treats. And you occupy a very important part
absolutely
of the ecosystem of morning people. We're grateful to you.
So grateful.
However,
that's not a meal gonna make.
It's not. It's not, okay?
I think it's probably longer, but I feel like I noticed this during COVID. Like, folks stopped serving breakfast. They, used to be able to get a 6 a.m., 7 a.m. breakfast pickup. That used to be one of my treats to myself, like going into the office and when I commuted in North Carolina, right? Like, I'm going to order, pick up a breakfast at 7 something when I'm on my way to work or whatever the case is, or I'll get it and even go back home and eat it. Who knows? And then, or sit down and eat it and then go on to the office, like, when I was going in. But, like, 6, 7 a.m., you're on your own. They're like, you're cooking at home, which is fine, but we're losing a moment.
We are. So that's what I've been thinking of.
Yeah. More breakfast.
More
bona fide breakfast before 8 a.m.
That's not just sugar.
Right. We have needs. We need protein then, too.
Yes. Protein, fiber, carbs.
Come on. Choice. Choice, people. Choice.
Oh my gosh. So funny. Okay. Well, Sarájanée, I saw this video on the internet this week that I thought we should talk about. And I actually feel like I see a lot of videos about this, but it's talking about the 3 levels of friendship.
There's 3 levels of friendship. The lowest level is friendship of transaction. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just incomplete. This is like, we do business together. If that's all you have, you're gonna be hopelessly lonely. Above that is friendships of beauty that are based on admiration of another person. They really admire this work that you're doing. It's really, really good. And we're friends, and I just want to be around you. You're magnetic. It could be because of your physical beauty, your sense of humor, your intelligence, or your success. But if that beauty goes away, so does the friendship. The friendship that actually brings satisfaction is called the friendship of virtue. It's cosmically, beautifully useless as one in which you have the greatest amount of knowledge for each other because you're truly interested in each other. You're truly known because you want to truly know, and vice versa.
And it's not like, oh, you're going to help me advance in my career. You're going to. It's like you're loving them for them, and they're loving you for you.
Because Aristotle believed that friendship was the ultimate secret to the happiest life.
It's very interesting in the virtue. I mean, all of them, I'm sure, serve their purpose, right? Like, I think what's interesting about these levels is not every friendship can be a friendship in that virtue category, right? Which, again, is just described beautifully. And I think, as you were describing, I'm like, oh, that's a helpful way to think about it, right? Like, we can't be everything to everyone all of the time, right? But kind of being able to recognize and maybe like align, like if you're aligned with someone in a transactional relationship, you know what you go to each other for, you try to have reciprocity. That can also be a really beautiful thing, right? You have clear kind of expectations for each other, but yeah, maybe the trouble comes in when there's like, hey, I think we're here and we're actually here, or in a different category, we're showing up differently for each other. But I had another thought. Oh, the virtue one, the word that came to mind was fluid, right? Like it sounds like that's the space where, you know, individual and collective growth can maybe happen, right? Because it's not tied to those circumstances that you mentioned. And that's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, right. I think that like what struck me about this was thinking about, like, for me, I think that there can be tension between like the friendship of beauty and the friendship of virtue. Like, you think that you have a friendship of virtue with someone and you're like, they're going to love and appreciate me no matter what. Like, they're here to grow with me and evolve with me. And then come to find out, when you are evolving or you are changing or you're going through a hard time or you're going through a really successful time, they actually create distance, or they do something that makes you want to create distance because your friendship is not actually based on virtue and like wanting to change together or like change individually. It's based on like something that they saw in you that they need to be unchanging. You know?
No, for sure. I definitely can see the tension there. And even the limitations of it too, right? Like you can mean well and love how someone shows up, but then they're in a moment where maybe they're in a quieter space, right? And you're not, don't have either the same status or visit, like access to the beauty, if that makes sense, right? And then that impacts how you show up or how you engage with that person or how you engage with each other. And I think that can be limiting too, right? Because it doesn't necessarily leave room for different needs in different moments. Peace, slowing down, just changes of pace altogether.
Absolutely. Yeah, I actually feel like I don't have a ton of friendships of transaction. I think that like back when I was in grad school or like working at a law firm, I think that that was something that is prevalent. And I think it's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Like I think that, you know, that thing we hate so much, networking, like those are very transactional relationships, and I think as long as you see it for what it is, like it's fine. But I don't know, I just like I hate having like these kind of like interactions with people where you're kind of you can kind of tell that they're trying to suss out what they can get from you, who you can connect them to, and things like that. Like I hate that.
No, I'm with you. And it doesn't, for me, it doesn't land authentically. And I don't think it puts me in a position to be my most authentic self. Like I think walls tend to come up, right? Or defenses come up, and I'm just like, okay, just ask for what you want, right? Because they're like, whatever the other things that you're doing beforehand, trying to make the connections or trying to like, I don't want to say butter me up, but that's kind of what can kind of feel too, right? Like that, just ask for what you want. I think that is a thing on LinkedIn too. Like I've had people message me like, oh, I see you went here and you did this, you studied that, and now you work here, and I wondered if we might chat. We don't need to chat. We don't need to chat. Say what you want. Like we went to the University of Virginia. So did a lot of people. Okay. Like ask for what you want. I might be able to say yes. I might be able to say no, but like we can actually protect each other's time by just saying, would you be willing to do this?
Right.
And what would you need to know? And then maybe, because I'm sure there are people that like, don't just ask me for something, you know, talk to me a little bit, but like, don't just don't assume that you're going to get access to like extra time, right? Or that it's necessary. make your need, especially if we don't know each other, make your need clear, start there, and then we can keep going. Like, nothing drives me more crazy when it's like, oh, I would love to hear your insights, and could you tell me more about your experiences with this? When it's like, you're not curious about them. You just want the reference code. You just want a number or something, right? You want to put the name down. And I'm like, it's not necessarily going to help you, but,
Right.
Yeah, keep it simple, keep it straightforward. Do less.
Do
less.
less.
Is okay.
LinkedIn is not a space where people do less. I literally, I can't, to me, the LinkedIn influencer is really a category of influencer that I cannot get behind.
Right. If you work it well, good for you. But the LinkedIn landscape does not sit well with my soul.
No. This is not what the ancestors wanted.
Right.
Get off your computer.
If you send me a message on LinkedIn, I'm so sorry. It's going to be a long time before I hear it, okay? Because no matter how much I delete their emails, marketing, somehow I still end up back in the pool. I just can't do it. I can't do it. LinkedIn has helped me probably a couple times, but one comes to mind. There was an issue, and a former student needed my contact information, but they had mistyped whatever. It was like a university email, and they missed a part. They couldn't get back into theirs. They found me on LinkedIn, and they were like, oh my goodness, we were emailing before. And so LinkedIn in that moment was helpful. We could touch base and clear it up. But otherwise, I'm just like, that's just LinkedIn is a wild landscape.
It's wild because I feel like you already put on such a face in a professional setting, just to be at work, even if the only people watching you are your coworkers. So then to put on an even bigger face to go in front of the world with your you think your professional persona is so tight that you're the world needs
and
to
it's
see
super
this.
AI driven because at this point LinkedIn will be like, oh, why don't you post about your work anniversary? We've drafted this for you. All you have to hit is okay or publish, whatever it is, and then you have this 5-sentence thing about your work anniversary or something, and it's like, that wasn't even you. That was a LinkedIn bot. I don't like it.
I don't like it. I don't understand. Listen, just people using AI to have normal human interactions with each other. It's all very dystopian. It's extremely dystopian. And as someone who has watched Black Mirror for years, we are headed straight into it.
We've got to slow down.
It's not
too late quite yet, but we're on a crash course. We've got to slow down.
It's really... Yeah.
I think it was the CEO or maybe the founder of Bumble. I don't know if they're still the CEO, was talking about the future of online dating.
Oh my God.
People's AI talking to each other to find the best matches, which in some ways maybe it's a low scale version of that because it's still rooted in algorithms. But I just was trying to picture that here's my AI. It's going to go on a first date with your AI and see if it's a good fit.
So that is literally have you seen it? The Black Mirror episode?
Yes. I know what you're talking about.
Oh my God. That's one of my favorite ones. But it's for our viewers who haven't seen it, the episode's called Hang the DJ. And the premise is that they're not, I think they're AIs in the show, but they're copies of your consciousness. They're digital copies of your consciousness called cookies. And the AI takes these copies of your consciousness and they run them through a simulation where they make them date all of these different other people's cookies, and they find your perfect match through this simulation. But the fucked up thing about it is that your cookies, these copies of your consciousness in the context of the simulation, don't know that they are not real. They believe that they are you. It's just you, your consciousness copied into a digital simulation. And so it asks all these ethical questions is it okay for some version of you that thinks that they are real to be put through all these horror in this episode, it's not a horrible thing, but to be put through all of these situations where
terrifying,
it's essentially you are experiencing all of these different emotions that come with dating, but it's not actually you.
There's maybe there's parts of it that could have some potential to pull out, right? If you are an undercover racist, right, people need to know. if you are a violent man, people need to know that. If you have a track record of harming women physically, mentally, emotionally, otherwise, yes, like let the consciousness, the AIs like rule you out. Like, we see their real version was able to filter that out, but your conscious can't or whatever. But yeah, I'm like, there's just more research. We need more time. We need to slow it down a little bit. Have some time to ask and sit with some questions. Think about the consequences. Be deliberate, intentional. It's wild.
It is wild. It is
also
wild.
That's a different type of rejection too. You like come back. Don't reject my inner being. Are you kidding?
My soul.
Ouch. That is hurtful.
Like, dang. What the heck?
Oh, it's like the opposite version. Have you heard of the show Pop the Balloon?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And sometimes they'll pop it as soon as the person comes out. Like, how dare you reject me just 10 seconds into seeing me? You didn't even get a full profile. It's the opposite. How dare you reject my innermost thoughts, my core self?
I can't. No, I'm not built for that show. I
Way
would
too
not.
sensitive.
I'm so sensitive. I'm so sensitive. I can't.
Like, don't you pop when I'm not even talking to you, right? I'm answering someone else's question. And you're like, ick, pop. Rude.
So rude. I did see one where like it was like a line of women who had balloons, and then a guy came out and he was like, he looked at the line of them and he like, without saying anything, he went and he popped one of the women's balloons, and all the women like saw that and they all popped their balloons. They're like,
good, okay. Solidarity. Yeah.
Get out of here.
That tells us a lot about you.
Get out of here.
Right.
But that kind of show is wild. Like,
it's brutal. You have to be of a particular kind of, you got to have some particular stuff to be able to stand up to that. And I don't have it.
No.
I don't have it.
I don't have it.
Good chat. But yeah, I don't even know where that, I was trying to tie it back to friendship. But
yeah, where did we went far away. Where did we go?
AI dating, AI matching, pop the balloon.
Stay off LinkedIn, everybody.
Yes, that's today's takeaway. LinkedIn, you need a refresh. Go offline for a little bit. Okay. Get it back together.
But like, maybe I would be okay if like little AI me went to go apply for jobs and then like got the like offer or like got to the final interview and they're like, okay, like I got you this far. You know?
That could be interesting.
And then real me goes to do the final interview so I can assess.
I kind of like that idea. That's onto something, because then rather than investing all the time in the 4 levels, right? You get my package AI job candidate, and then when you show an earnest interest in me, and I can review the footage and be like, yeah, okay, then we can actually come to the table, rather than me going above and beyond at every stage when like you might just be phoning it in. That's not right. Like, our current job application system or norms are just, they're not good. They're not tenable. They're not rooted in any sort of real meaningful equity. Too subject to bias, on and on and on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that could be interesting.
Yeah.
That could be interesting.
All right. And then to connect that to friendship, I mean, I think that friendship is interesting because I feel like it's one thing that AI could never do, you know?
It can't. Yeah. It can remember the things. It might be able to anticipate some needs or some similarities, commonalities, but I don't think there's just an essence of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, no matter how much you break down or tailor an algorithm, like, it's a little different. You need a little the secret sauce.
A little magic,
A little magic, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I feel like that third level of friendship, like the friendship of virtue, right? Like, I think it's the very idea of it is predicated on you are going to change in life, right? And I think that the second level, the not as deep level, is based on you are not going to change. I want you to be the same person. I want you to stay this same person to me because, like, that's important to me, right? Versus, like, a friendship of virtue is like, I want you to be who you want to be. I want you to be the version of yourself that you want to be, and I want to be along for the ride.
Right.
And I want to see.
Be here.
Yeah, I want to be here. I want to see what you're doing, what you're up to.
Right. It's lovely. Chat us, comment, let us know. What do you think of these levels of friendship? How have you grappled with them in your life? Give us your thesis, your dissertation thoughts, all of them. I'm really just curious. I want to know.
Just want to know. Tell us everything.
For sure. Okay, Anna, should we get into one of our recurring segments?
Oh, yes. I love this one. Is it a
Yes.
hate crime?
Is it a hate crime? Let me try to set the story. It is a Thursday evening. WNBA games are on Prime Video, for better or for worse, unless you have League Pass. Then maybe you watch them there. My team, the Washington Mystics, having a great season. We're going up against the Las Vegas Aces, who are in a bit of a slump, at least from the standards we've seen for them, but coming down, end of the fourth quarter. My rookies, our team, finishing strong, looking like we might be able to get this win. It's a 1-point game. There's a timeout. The camera crew does their thing. They're panning to the audience, and they put on the screen this middle-aged white man wearing a Mystics hat that I believe he has attached approximately 4 box braids to, long extensions that are purple and yellow, matching the styles of one of our key players, Aaliyah Edwards on the Washington Mystics. That's enough. Full stop. However, Annacrizelda, he then takes the braids and proceeds to spin them around like a helicopter, whipping his hair. Okay, and I am upset. In the moment, I have to let it go because there's still 50 seconds in the game and I really want my team to win. But at the end of the game, I rewind the stream because I'm like, I have to put this up for the pod. Is this a hate crime? I think yes. You asked me what level, all of them. I think it's a literal hate crime for this white man to do it. And I'll also say he's been identified as a super fan, attends a lot of games. We love that, but we hate this action. What do you think? Is it a hate crime?
It's definitely a hate crime. It's definitely a hate crime, like, up and down, right? Like, I just have questions. Where did he get the box braids?
Why?
How? Why did you put this on the Jumbotron?
So many people made choices.
So many people. And then to see it on the internet and, like, posted, like, look at this super fan. Please.
Please stop.
Please.
Immediately. Okay? We didn't review the levels of hate crimes. 1 is a literal hate crime. 2, it could be a hate crime depending on context, which is where I think we probably fall here. And 3, not a literal hate crime, but we hate it. And again, definitely hate this. Love a super fan, hate attaching box braids to your hat and spinning them around. Like, there's just no reason, in my opinion, that a white man should have any kind of box braid on his head.
No.
I'm going to say that. I'm going to start there. No reason.
There's
it's not
no
for
reason.
you.
It's so weird.
It's so weird.
It's so weird. I mean, it's definitely category 3. Definitely category 2. I mean, I think we're bordering on 1.
We gotta be
We
bordering
gotta
on 1.
be
If
right
that
there.
is at a frat house on Rugby Road, we're calling it a literal hate crime. You remove the context of the WNBA game and Aaliyah Edwards, that is a hate crime. And you're whipping it around, you're gonna hit somebody in the eye like it's a hate crime.
It's a hate crime.
Okay?
One of the comments on the Instagram video of it was, but why is it okay when Ellie the elephant does it?
It's not.
It's not.
It's not there either. Some of us have been saying that was too far for a long time.
It's not.
Also, if your standard is a mascot, pivot. There's a point there you probably need to pivot, right?
Pivot's
you don't want to be
so
showing up like a
hard.
mascot. But there are a lot of things that Ellie the elephant does that I'm like, what? Even when the Liberty fans be doing the trunk thing, I'm like, that footage looks wild. And fast forward 75 years, they're going to zoom back on that, and you're going to be in the stands doing a trunk.
I know you hate that.
I
know you hate that.
It's so unnecessary. Y'all do not need that much stimulation or entertainment. Watch the game, okay? Sit down and watch the game. You don't need to have all these other things going on. Oh my goodness.
Okay, I have a question. It's not related, but I have wanted to know what you think about this, because me and Eric talk about this all the time. What do you think about the Minnesota Lynx tradition when they went to do the electric slide?
I've also wondered what's the history of it. I think it like with their current group of players, it's mostly fine.
Yeah.
It's like, it's okay. I don't totally get it. I think there's some context I'm missing. Like, when did it start?
Right.
Why did it start? Right. But yeah, with their the current composition of their team,
It's okay.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
It's tolerable. Not necessary, but fine.
But
if that makeup shifts a little bit and starts getting Indiana fever tres leches, they gotta cut it.
You gotta stop it.
They gotta stop it.
Yeah, you're right. I feel like there is a critical mass of players where it's like, it's fine. But I just think it's funny because it's like, I don't know if they do it when they win in an away game, but if I am the home team and you are the away team and you win and you electric slide on my court, I'm crashing out. I'm crashing out. That's wild. That's
Agreed.
wild.
Agreed.
Don't electric slide here.
Do not do that. Don't do that. No, like we had to have a few more boundaries, a little bit more gatekeeping, but to my feelings, I think it also, the composition piece is just connected to like when PWI swag surf. That is not for you. I don't care. Especially in these days and times, like if your total students of color is like less than 8%, no. And if your Black student population is less than like 20%, really needs to match your state population. But if you only got 4% Black students, you don't get to swag surf. Also, you look ridiculous. Nobody's telling you. I'm telling you here. If you're wondering, like, I'm a junior at whatever, UNC Chapel Hill, that's the last place I saw it. You're like, oh, do I look cool up there? No, you don't. I'm going to be honest. Love you dearly. Your frontal lobe will be great, but, like, you don't. Stop it. Sit down. You can opt out. But, yeah, like, critical mass matters.
It does.
I
hate that. I hate that.
But yeah, coming back to it, it sounds like we are putting this at least at a category 2 hate crime, depending on the context, with strong leanings towards a literal hate crime.
Strong leanings, sir.
Imagine that's your daddy or your boss.
No.
Imagine that's your coworker.
Oh my God.
And then you come to the office the next day, and I'm supposed to take you seriously? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And I wear box braids a lot. Now I can't have my braids around you because I don't know you're going to try to snatch one.
Yeah, like what?
Go attach it to your next head. Like, no, thank you. You need to be stopped. Do not celebrate. Do not condone this.
Do not.
More interventions, please.
More. Far more. Far more.
I'm going to start a petition. Get rid of his hat. The fan can stay. The support can stay. But the box braid hat has got to go.
It's got to go. I don't know. I'm worried that, like, because he was, like, got so much attention for it, that he's gonna start doing it more. He's gonna escalate.
Me too. I'm a big fan of the brand Together, and they posted it, hyping the act up, hyping him up, and I'm just like, this could be the beginning of a tethering with Together that I had not anticipated. Reconsider.
Like, heavily reconsider.
Do less, be different, be better.
Be better.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, Anna, I think that brings us to the end of episode 17.
We're rocking. We're rolling.
We are coming up hot on the end of season 20. We got a few more episodes to go.
A few more episodes. Well, thank you guys for listening. If you liked this episode, share it with your long distance bestie. See you next week.
See you soon.